Today in the kitchen, we're making ice cream with the Ninja Swirl. I'm making cinnamon bun ice cream and strawberry cheesecake ice cream. I've gathered all the ingredients for the cinnamon bun ice cream and for the strawberry cheesecake ice cream. I'm gonna get those mixed today, and then we will freeze them, and then we can process them the next 24 hours in the Ninja Swirl. And then for the strawberry cheesecake ice cream, I'm using the cinnamon graham crackers that are gluten-free, but these won't go in until we do the mix-ins. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna mix all the ingredients together in the Ninja blender. And I'm gonna make the strawberry cheesecake ice cream first. And I'm gonna start with Philadelphia cream cheese. And I'm gonna need 4.5 tablespoons of the cream cheese. I have a measuring spoon that's 2 tablespoons, so I'm gonna do this twice and then do 1/2 of a tablespoon. And then I'm just gonna put that right into the Ninja blender. I'm gonna get the second scoop of the 2 tablespoons, and then that will be 4 tablespoons, and I'm just gonna add that into the Ninja blender. And then I'll get the 1/2 of the tablespoon and add that to the Ninja blender. I'm going to set the cream cheese to the side because I'm also going to use that for the cinnamon bun ice cream. Next, I'm going to use the sugar, and I'm going to measure out 1/2 cup of sugar. And then add that to the Ninja blender. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on this, and I'm gonna blend up the cream cheese and the sugar together until it resembles a frosting. That's done mixing, and now I'm gonna get out the heavy whipping cream, and I'm gonna measure out 1 cup of the heavy whipping cream. And then I'm gonna pour that into the Ninja blender. And then next I'm gonna get the sour cream, and I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of sour cream. This is a new container, so I'm just gonna kind of take the measuring spoon and swish it around and mix it up, and then I'll get the 2 tablespoons of sour cream and just add that to the Ninja blender. And then I'm using 2% milk, and I'm gonna measure out 1 1/4 cup of milk. And then add that to the Ninja blender. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then I have a measuring spoon that is a pinch, and I'm gonna use a pinch of salt. And then add that to the Ninja blender. And then I'm gonna put the lid on, and I'm gonna blend this up. I've been mixing this for a couple of minutes and it's well combined. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and then I'm going to pour it into the ice cream pint. I'm going to fill it until the max fill line. I filled it to the max fill line, so I'm going to go ahead and get the lid and put that on this and get it out into the freezer. This needs to freeze for 24 hours, and then we can add in the strawberries and the graham crackers to make the strawberry cheesecake ice cream. Next, I'm going to start on the cinnamon bun ice cream, and I'm going to go ahead and get the cream cheese back out, and I'm going to measure out 1 tablespoon of cream cheese. And then I'm going to add that to the Ninja blender. And then I'm going to use light brown sugar, and I'm going to measure out 1/3 cup of light brown sugar. And add that to the Ninja blender. And then I have vanilla, and I'm going to measure out 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And add that to the Ninja blender. And then I have cinnamon. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and add that to the Ninja blender. I'm going to put the lid on this, and I'm going to blend this until it has a frosting texture. Okay, we've been blending this until it looks like frosting, and I'm going to go ahead and add in some heavy whipping cream, and we're going to measure out 3/4 cups of heavy whipping cream. And add that to the Ninja blender. And then I have 2% milk, and I'm going to measure out 1 cup of milk. And then add that to the Ninja blender. I'm going to put the lid on this, and then I'm going to blend this up. I've mixed this up for a couple of minutes, and now I'm going to pour it into the ice cream pint, and I'm going to fill it to the max fill. And then I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to put it in the freezer for 24 hours. I've got these both in the freezer. I'm going to freeze them for 24 hours, and then after the 24 hours, I'm going to come back and grab them out of the freezer, and we'll process them with the Ninja Swirl. It's been 24 hours, and these are frozen, and now it's time to process them into the Ninja Swirl. I'm going to turn the Ninja Swirl on, and then we're going to go ahead and process the ice cream. I'm going to start with the cinnamon ice cream. I'm going to remove the lid and place the pie into the outer bowl. And then I'm going to place the outer bowl lid on top and lock that into place, and then place the outer bowl and lock that into the Ninja Swirl. It's ready to process, and I'm going to push soft serve, and then I'm going to push ice cream. And then we'll just let the ice cream process. It's done processing, so now I'm going to remove the outer bowl and remove the pint from the outer bowl. And then this is what the ice cream looks like after it's done processing. I'm going to put on the soft serve lid so that we can lock that into place, and then we can make it into a swirl, into a cone. So I have the soft swirl dispensing lid on, and then I'm going to put that into place and then turn it to the right and lock it in, and then open the bottom to the open position so that the swirl can come out. And then I'm just going to pull the lever, and then the ice cream will swirl out. I'm using the Joy gluten-free sugar cones. And then we have a cinnamon bun swirl ice cream and a gluten-free cone. I've retracted the dispensing, and then I'm gonna take off the ice cream pie, and I'm gonna start working on the strawberry cheesecake ice cream. I'm using the gluten-free graham cracker crumbs. I've chopped up some strawberries. I did 3 strawberries and I put them into a bowl, and then I'm gonna get out 3 graham crackers and add that to the strawberries. And then I'm just gonna break them into pieces. You don't have to make them into too small of pieces because the Ninja Swirl will crush them into smaller pieces when we do the mix-ins. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the lid and then place that into the outer bowl. And then we're gonna put the lid on top of the outer bowl and lock that into place. And then insert the outer bowl onto the Ninja Swirl, lock that in, and I'm pressing scoop and ice cream. And then we'll just let that process. Okay, that's done processing, so I'm going to remove the outer bowl from the Ninja Swirl, and then we're going to add in the mix-ins. I'm going to use a spoon to make a hole into the middle of the ice cream. And then I'm going to spoon in the strawberries and graham crackers into the middle of the ice cream. I've added the whole bowl of strawberries and graham crackers. I'm going to put the lid back on, lock that into place, and then I'm going to put that back onto the Ninja Swirl, and then we're going to push scoop and mix in. And then let that process. Okay, that's done mixing in, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the outer bowl from the Ninja Swirl. And then remove the pie, and then I'm just gonna scoop the ice cream into a bowl. And then you can just add a couple of sliced strawberries and a graham cracker. And then I have strawberry cheesecake gluten-free ice cream. You can find the full recipe for both of the ice creams in the description box down below. Enjoy! Thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and let us know what your favorite ice creams are. We'll see you next time in the kitchen.